So they're both pretty much done the same way, except for this one, I glued the petals, and this one, the petals are tied together. And I will show you the back of this one. Just has 4 or 5-inch balloons. And the back of this one has a 260. Okay, let's do tied first. And if you're wondering where I learned these petals, Mrs. Street. She made a flower with these petals, except for she added some air before she tied. I am not adding air. Okay, I am going to attach this one to that wall. Okay, I found a scrap. Okay. I am just going to tie a scrap balloon to this nozzle over here on the wall, which, by the way, the wall still looks great. The flowers are a little bit deflating. That one is attached, and I'm going to go ahead and attach the other one. I added a 260. We are going to be using Kalisan K-Link. This one is 12-inch macaron lilac. They're trippy. They are groovy. So you will need, I did 5 on that one. The other one I did 6 petals, but this one is 5. Boots, that was a silly. Beth is saying good morning. I am also going to use a 12-inch mirror silver balloon. Yep, Boots is saying good morning to everyone. Nope, I'm not using a 12-inch silver on this one, sorry. That is the other one. This one is going to have a 5-inch mirror silver balloon. And what else? A silver 260, mirror silver again, and you will need 5. Oh, I only have 4. You need 5 of the same color macaron lilac 260s. Okay, so as I was saying, you will need 5 260s that are macaron lilac. Okay, out of breath now. Okay, this is probably the easiest distortion balloon. So I'm just going to inflate some air. And then I'm going to release it. And thank you, Deanna. Oh, I'm going to need as well keep it here. Okay, now I'm going to get a 260. It is almost folded in half. You will have a little bit left out. These are 12-inch K-link balloons. And then I have 260 balloons. So I am just going to inflate it big. You are welcome. And then with my hand pump, I am going to inflate 5 pumps of air. So if you could see, I have only put, good morning LBT, I've only put the inflator on the 260. Now I'm going to pump 5 pumps. Then your closed end of the 260, you want to pull it until you can't pull it anymore. Then you're going to get the tying end and tie it 2 times. And we are going to trim this off. I'm going to let the air out until it looks like a bunny ear. And we are going to fold it and we are going to tie it. If I can remember how to tie. Good morning, Betsy. And you're going to tie 2 times. And this is how you create those petals. Thank you very much. So I'm just inflating and releasing air. Grand Rising Vanessa. So again, I'm going to take a 260. It's almost folded in half. And now I'm going to put it in that 12-inch K-link balloon. And I'm going to inflate the big balloon, not the 260. Now I'm going to put the 260 end on the inflator, and I will be pumping air just in that 260. 5 pumps. Now your inflator may be different. You may need less or more pumps. You want to pull that closed end all the way till you can't pull it anymore. Then grab your other end and tie it 2 times. We are going to cut that off. This is the easiest distortion flower. Love it. Simply fold and tie. Now Mrs. Street, she adds a pump of air before she ties it. I wanted them to be like this. So we are going to make 3 more petals. was inflate the balloon. Now I'm going to release all the air. We are just stretching it. Again, I have a 260. It's not quite folded in half, but almost. Now I'm placing that inside the balloon. I'm going to inflate the link balloon, but not the 260 yet. That was noisy. Now I'm going to put the inflator on the 260, and I will only be inflating the 260. So you'll hold over here in 5 pumps. Then you are going to pull the balloon by that end. That is the closed end. Pull it as tight as you can so that that balloon is sitting right by my fingers. Grand rising. Grab your other end and tie 2 times. Cut off that excess. Pull up your nozzle. And we are going to fold it and tie the ends together. So, who can agree in the chat that this is an easy distortion pedal? I find it super easy, but maybe that's just me. I'm going to inflate another. It looks easier. It definitely is. Looks it. I have a feeling some of you don't have these balloons yet. I was thinking that I'd have to come up with something else in order to do it without a link, but I am not sure. Yep. Someone says I seem to be moving along faster. So I've got the 260. It's almost folded in half. We are going to place it inside the link balloon. Inflate air into the link balloon. And now I am going to put the pump on the 260. Boots, what are you doing up there? And I'm going to pump 5 pumps of air. Boots, you have the funniest meow. I'm going to pull that 260 as far as I can. Grab the other end. Thank you very much. And tie 2 times. You don't need to move the nozzle for this one. It is 12 inches. And again, I'm going to fold it in half. So it's like that. And I'm going to tie it together. You are very welcome, Latora. Okay, I need one more petal. Can I make them smaller? I'm sure you can. I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, I'm going to, I never said it, but I place the 260 inside the link balloon. Now I'm going to inflate the link balloon. LBD, you would be okay. I'm going to put the pump on the 260, and I'm just going to inflate the 260. Pull it as tight as possible, and then tie those ends together 2 times. Yes, there are 6-inch linking balloons. I feel like 260s might be too big. So maybe 160s might be better to use in the 6-inch. I'm gonna have to try that most likely another day. So we're gonna fold it and tie it. And how quick did I make these? Your heart is racing. How quick did I make these 5 petals? They were super quick. Now I'm going to take the linking end and tie it to another linking end. I'm going to do that 2 times. So we have the 2 of them. Now I'm going to twist those together. Place them so that they come out flat. And I'm going to tie this one into it. And I'm going to flatten them all out again. Doesn't want to sit right, so let me find a better spot. So it's kind of looking like this. Good morning, Rachel. Now I want to add a 5-inch mirror silver, and it will be sized to 3.5 inches. Just tie it off. Now I'm going to get the 260 mirror silver. Again, this is a Kalisan balloon. I gave it 4 pumps of air. I'm releasing a bunch of air, and then I tied it. So this is what I have left. And now we are just going to make a quick 5-petal kind of flower. This is going to sit at the back. Thank you, I agree. I made a second loop. I'm going to make a third loop, a fourth loop, and thank you very much, Janelle. And a fifth loop. This is just going to sit on the back of the flower. You're late today, not too late. This could also act as a connection point. Okay, I am going to place it's not coming out. There we go. That's better. I'm going to place it in the center. I'm going to take this flower looking thing and I'm going to wrap that 5-inch neck around. What's the matter, baby? What's going on, Bootsy? And there is a flower, like this one. Boots, your meow is hilarious. And like I mentioned, you could use this piece to attach. If you were attaching it to a wall. Thank you very much. Now I will show you the other one. And thank you for the rose. Okay, I'm going to be using the 12-inch Kalisan K-links again. I'm going to be using 6 of them this time. And for the inside, I'm going to use Kalisan 260s. These are macaron yellow. And when you put the yellow inside of the purple, it gives an awesome color. It's going to make it look like ombre. Thank you, Brookie and Jessica. Thank you, thank you. Okay. And we are also going to use one 12-inch mirror silver, again Kalisan, and we are going to use 4 5-inch mirror silver balloons. And I am also going to be using the HOTO hot glue gun. Okay, so I am just going to inflate the balloon and release here. I'm going to take a 260 and fold it. It's not quite in half. I'm going to add it into the K-link balloon. And I'm going to put air in the K-link. Now I'm going to use my hand pump, and I'm going to put the pump on the 260. These are called K-link balloons by Kalisan. So if you could see, I've only got the pump on the 260 end. I'm going to give it 5 pumps. And you are very welcome. I'm going to pull that as tight as I can. Then I'm going to grab the other end, tie them together. And you want to tie it 2 times. 1 time won't be good. We're going to cut off that excess. I do not have a site myself. You can get Kalisan balloons from Bargain Balloons, but unfortunately they don't have the K-links yet. Okay, I am now going to fold the balloon again, like I did for the last one, and I'm going to tie the ends together. And then I will show you up close that it changes the color of the balloon. You can see the balloon looks lighter down here and it starts going darker. It makes it look like it's gradient. Okay, now I have the 6 of those. I am going to inflate a 12-inch mirror silver. And I'm going to size it to 6 inches. Yeah. I'm going to size it to 6 inches. And just tie it. That will be the center for our balloon. We also need 5-inch balloons. And these will be sized to 3 inches. 3 inches. LBD has a question for everyone. These are sized to 3 inches. I'm going to tie them together, make a pair, and I'm going to do that again. Yes, some inflators will get warm. Mine is feeling warm, but it's not hot. If you have an inflator that gets hot, you want to give it a cooling period time. Yep, it is perfectly normal. So I just created a quad. Now it is HOTO hot glue time. Yep, it's okay. Just like I said, if it starts getting hot, you want to let it cool down. If it gets really hot, you need to get a new inflator, because it shouldn't get super hot. But it does get warm. Mine is warm, but it's not hot. Okay. I do say I have a link for this in my bio. It's called the HOTO hot glue gun. And even though it's called a hot glue gun, the temperature is low. It's not too hot. And it takes about 30 seconds to heat up. As soon as that light is solid, it's ready to go. Yep, you got it, Brookie. She is ready to go. So, when you are gluing these petals, you want to be gluing them down here. Don't glue them up there because that won't work. We want it to be down here. Yep, and it is cordless. And the bonus, if the battery does run out and you have to plug it in, you could still use it while it's charging. So I'm going to just put a little bit down here. When I say a little bit, it's probably more than a little bit. You can see that glue. And I'm going to take the next one. I'm going to glue it like so. These balloons were called K-Link balloons. Okay, so those are glued. Now I'm going to get a little bit more down by this edge. You are very welcome. And I'm going to do the same thing. I kind of rub the glue into the next balloon. I will show you again in a second what I'm talking about. It's a low temperature gun, glue gun, so it won't pop the balloons. But if you use a high temperature glue gun, I think most definitely it would pop. So we have these three. I could have even probably went a little more that way. Okay, I'm going to add more glue. And now, I think you can. Definitely, I think you can. So I take this balloon and I kind of rub it in the glue and then glue it. Absolutely, I am considering online classes. We are also planning a class with myself Amanda from Bobo Balloons, and Dawn from Balloons by Florally Yours. We are planning to do a class with the three of us. I didn't have very much glue on there, but hopefully it's enough. You need more glue. You can't wait for it to be done. I'm hoping I'm gluing it good. Oh yeah. Yeah. See, as long as you glue them closer to the edge and not like up here, you can move them. You'll see what I mean when I do the last one. Okay. And I really find doing what I did just then, where I rub the glue onto the next balloon, gives a great bond. Glue, this is a low temp glue gun. You will be doing it right down here is where you want to add that glue. So where you'll be adding the glue is down in this area. You don't want to come up here. That would make sense? Yeah, you got it. Now, because they are glued so close to the edges, I'm able to do this. If they were glued up here, you would need a lot more petals to get it to join. And you got it, Beth? Okay. So I'm going to grab some of that glue. And hold it. Alrighty. Thank you, Cherry. And I don't know that the U-glue dashes would work good for this. I think the best is the glue gun. And see, we have our flower petals. Love the way the colors look. Here is a side view. Now we need to fill in that center. That is why I did this one 6 inches. It should fit perfectly right in the middle. So now to put your flower together, it's nice and easy. This will be going on the back. So your round balloon will go on the front. I'm going to take this nozzle and I'm going to wrap it right around this little quad. And just like that, we have a flower. That's how it looks on the back. Now you can attach it to a wall or a number stack. And I think when you guys get the K-Link balloons, you are going to agree that this is super easy. So this was the one that we just tied together, no glue. And this one we had to glue. This one I used only purple inside the purple, or let me correct that, lilac inside of lilac. This one has macaron yellow inside of macaron lilac.